Hey y'all, Greg the Video Game Nut here. The past few weeks have certainly given me a ton of info to report on, and considering that you guys liked it last time, I will continue the Opinionated news series starting with the second installment. So, let's dive right on in! The end of July gave us the release of Cuphead on PS4 during a Summer Game Fest update, as the DLC is also still being worked on at Studio MDHR and the Netflix cartoon will release soon. But more importantly, the events of the Japan Fighting Game Publishers Roundtable took place. The first hour was a questionnaire with the developers, but of course, we all want announcements. To get it out of the way, Arika announced rollback netcode for Fighting EX Layer, which is out now on both PS4 and PC. And the Dead or Alive team is taking a break, as the team released their final DLC earlier this spring for Dead or Alive 6, but the fan support for the game is still super high. SNK is where things got interesting, as Samurai Showdown will be getting a third season of DLC, as Gong Sung Lee from Honor of Kings is a free DLC character out now for all players. The King of Fighters 15 is still hard in development, as the representatives for SNK had stated that the development was happening on the floor right above them during the livestream. News and updates of that title will come very soon. Considering the current situation, there's no way that it will come out this year, which SNK was hoping for. It should definitely be out before The King of Fighters Awaken hits theaters in 2022. And for those wondering what that is, it's a new CG animated movie based on The King of Fighters 96. Capcom is something I'll get back to, because they had their own Street Fighter V showcase a few days later. But the game has an ongoing free-to-play trial on both PS4 and Steam, and the game is also on sale on said platforms. Now is definitely the best time to get into the game. The offer for both the trial and sale ends August 19th, so don't miss out. Bandai decided to reveal Setsuo for Soul Calibur 6, who is out right now, continuing the second season of DLC for said title. Second character creation parts are also included. Balance changes have also been made to the game's roster. As for Tekken 7, Season 4 is underway in development. Harada-san has stated that he and the rest of Project Tekken will continue to fix up online play. That aside, new balance changes, special moves, and characters will be added too. We also got a teaser of the first Season 4 newcomer at the end of the trailer, as we can expect all this and more to come later this fall. Bandai also announced a series of online tournaments for both of these titles to take place starting next month, known as the Soul Calibur and Tekken Online Challenge. The time it will take place varies by region, but it will run until the end of this year. If you haven't noticed any mention of Dragon Ball FighterZ at all, here it is now. New Season 3 content will get a showcase of its own later this month. As of now, we only have 2 characters, Kefla and Ultra Instinct Goku, with 2 more to hopefully get revealed. ARC is surely hard at work, and speaking of ARC, the stream ended with their announcements. First off, ARC Evo Online 2020 will be their competition series, which will begin this October and consists of 2 games, Granblue Fantasy Versus and BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. But more importantly, the next 2 characters for Guilty Gear Strive have been revealed, Leo Whitefang and Nagori Yuki. The game will also hit PS5 and Steam, which means that Guilty Gear Strive will be the first next-gen fighting game. Sony thankfully has also confirmed that all PS4 arcade sticks will work on their successor hardware, so controllers shouldn't be a hassle at all. The next reveal will come in early October, likely during the event of ARC Evo Online. By then, we should also be seeing a final release date, because this is already on my radar to get next year. Now as we fully get into August territory, I might as well start on the topic of Spider-Man's PlayStation exclusivity in Marvel's Avengers. It will be a separate story arc to come out post-launch of the game, and there's more PS4 exclusive content as well to be revealed soon. I got the beta free of charge thanks to a Verizon offer, so maybe I'll stream it. Thanks to Spidey's reveal, there has been a huge uproar of pissed Xbox fans without exclusive content now. Console exclusive content really isn't anything new at this point. It's been around since the Bit Wars and yesteryear. Don't make such a big deal of it, it's just as simple as that. Nintendo, then that Tuesday, decided to give us a super questionable Smash Ultimate update with the Stage Edition of Small Battlefield. The following Wednesday morning, we were blessed with the announcement of Pikmin 3 Deluxe, set to come out October 30th of this year on Nintendo Switch. It will include all previous DLC as well as some new content and features not seen in the original Wii U version of the game. Speaking of, thanks to that version's $20 price point, Nintendo pulled it from the Wii U eShop altogether. seems that they're also trying to now erase and eliminate all the memories of the Wii U's existence completely, both from their minds and ours too. It also seems that the Wii U porting to Switch is almost done at this point, as we only have a few titles left now. That same morning, Viacom CBS also announced that a reboot of the Ren and Stimpy show is in the works and will be coming to Comedy Central in partnership with Nickelodeon Animation Studio. If you're as concerned about this as I am, there's good news for you. John Kricfaluski will thankfully have no involvement with this reimagining whatsoever. Thank God. Especially after the failure of the Abomination adult party cartoon on Spike TV in 2003 and recent allegations of him sexually abusing underage minors, it's for the better that he wasn't contacted to do this at all. And the latter messed it up for him completely. Even the original cast refuses to work with him because it's simple, the man's a cook. Just like his own creations, as he simply just lives them out day after day. I'm sure the new team will come up with something fantastic to redeem the franchise to its former glory. Now we actually end the Japan Roundtable saga because Capcom did their Street Fighter V Summer Update announcements, which revolved around Season 5 of DLC, and the beginning of the 3rd season of Street Fighter League. Dan, Rose, Oro, and Akira Kazama of Rival Schools fame will be joining the lineup, each with their own unique gimmicks. According to the roadmap, Dan will come out later this year, as the footage you saw at the very beginning of this video is his development footage, which is looking good. Rose will come by next spring, with Oro and Akira to come by next summer. There is one more character to be announced next year for fall of 2021. New costumes, stages, battle mechanics, and battle balance will come here too. Street Fighter 6 might come sooner than we think, as it's rumored that the next installment might even have a rockier start than Street Fighter V did, when it first launched in 2016. Let's hope for that not to happen here, because Art has already set the bar pretty high with Guilty Gear Strive. As I've stated earlier, now is the best time to get involved with Street Fighter V. That Thursday then gave an announcement that Arcade 1UP's next wave of pre-orders is on the way. Games like Marvel vs. Capcom and Ms. Pac-Man are included. Marvel and X-Men are set to have online play similar to that of NBA Jam. And Ms. Pac also has a head-to-head table and counter cage, which the latter is beginning to ship out to consumer homes. The first impressions from other channels are good, as the smaller build is easier to place on a desk and the controls are responsive. Issues include the control deck size being cramped, leading to accidental resets and monitor viewing angles. Also, somebody sounds like they had way too much sugar beforehand. If you don't want the 3/4 scale option, this might be your best bet. As there are also more rumored cabinets to be out this year as well. You can currently find them on Best Buy and Walmart, as the latter is shipping the counter cage right now to your door. That same day also gave us a new Sony State of Play, as the beginning was where all the meat was thanks to a new 5.5-minute showcase of Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. Toys for Bob showcased improvements to lighting and nitro crates, gameplay of Dingo Dial, Final Quantum Mask, Akuko, and a brand new End Burden mode, which was developed by Beanox. In that mode, levels are modified to be more challenging, and Crash collects a new fruit called Bumpa Berries. Looks as if there's some improvements made since the demo. And yet again, there's PlayStation exclusivity, but with the in-game skins that don't require microtransactions. October honestly can come soon enough, and for Switch and PC players, don't give up hope. It's on the way very soon. That Friday gave us new info about Warner Media, as the Animaniacs reboot is now in full swing to come on Hulu on November 20th, with the original voice cast returning. Season 2 is already in production for 2021. Rocksteady has also teased their next project, which is a Suicide Squad video game. More info will be revealed at DC Fandom on August 22nd. Speaking of, AT&T will not be selling Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment at this moment, but they are planning to sell Crunchyroll to Sony, adding to their already large anime empire of Funimation and Aniplex. Ed Boon will also make an appearance at DC Fandom, so there's a chance that next year's Mortal Kombat film reboot might get its first trailer here. Sunday gave us surprising news that Yoshinori Ono would be resigning from Capcom this summer after 27 years of being on the team. And yes, that is actually me with him at last year's New York Comic Con. A lot of it has to likely do with his new position of esports management, while others tie it around with the development of Street Fighter 6. But nobody expected this at all. Some say it's for the best considering the rocky launches of Street Fighter V and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but no matter what the reason is, thank you, Ono-san. Without you, the fighting game community would never have been as big as it is now. Whatever company you go to next, you'll definitely make an impact on them. I will forever cherish this moment where we shook hands at Arcade 1-Up's booth at the Java Center, and the poster you signed will definitely get framed eventually. And for the road! Monday gave us news that a second SpongeBob spin-off is in development entitled The Patrick Star Show. Already, this looks bad as at this point, they're only using SpongeBob's success to profit for themselves. I was already disgusted enough with how Camp Coral kills the canon SpongeBob lore and the handling of Sponge on the Run's release, which is now playing in the Great White North of Canada. But this is ridiculous with the addition of this new show. All shows know when they need to end, even Rise of the TMNT, as it kind of baffles me how it's only been 2 years since that show began and just ended recently with a total of 2 seasons of 39 episodes. SpongeBob should have definitely ended after the first movie because that showed the main point that the Sponge Boy is now a Sponge Man, as SpongeBob finally accomplishes his dream of being a manager of a fast food establishment. They honestly waited for Steve Hillenburg to die so they could milk the franchise even more. And SpongeBob is still acting like a kid for the most part, so the team at Nick should definitely reconsider their decisions at this point. Halo Infinite has also been delayed to 2021, as the team at 343 Industries feel that they aren't living up to quality standards. However, Xbox Series X will still launch this holiday season, being given a release window of November, according to the official website. Another release date has been leaked thanks to Xbox Series X controllers showing up on several sites, which also gives more evidence of the all-digital Xbox Series S. The console might launch on November 6th thanks to the shipping box it comes in, as the warranty expires November 5th of next year. The other leaked release date is November 13th, as that is the day Sega will release Yakuza Like a Dragon in the West, and Xbox is included. PS5 also has more leaks, as the DualSense has a better battery than the DualShock 4, and the console might be more expensive and have inferior specs to Xbox Series X. Considering that Microsoft is throwing some of their Xbox games on Steam, I'm gonna go with the PS5 regardless. SNK is also getting a new console, but they're not making it. Instead, it is produced by a Hong Kong company, G-Stone, to be released under their Unico brand this fall, as SNK has given their blessings to them to create this Neo Geo bar top cabinet, known as the MVS-X. It contains 50 games, including all the King of Fighters titles, Metal Slug games, Samurai Showdown except 5 Perfect, and Fatal Furies, just to name a few. There is a riser for if you want to stand it next to your Arcade 1-Up cabinets, in which I have a feeling that last year's leaked SNK machine might not happen after all. It also comes with 2 figures of their recognizable characters, Terry Bogard and Yori Yagami, which I have a feeling those are probably going to be big enough so you can put the display on top of the bar top cabinet. Like Arcade 1-Up, it's $500, and if I can afford it amongst their Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet and Sony's PlayStation 5, I will get it. No videos of the product have been showcased yet, but it seems like a cool product, to be honest. Avatar: The Last Airbender also has had a live-action Netflix series in development, in which after 2 years of planning, series creators Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko have left the team due to creative differences. Now, many people fear that the series will be bad because the rest of the team has no input from either two. And some fear that it might just become a Last Airbender 2. But let's hope it doesn't become that. Honestly, to say, if it sounds like this, I can't wait for live-action SpongeBob to happen in the future. Nintendo later that past Wednesday tweeted this image of Mario chilling out at what seems to be Isle Delfino. Of course, fans flipped out right away, speculating that a Super Mario Sunshine remake is on the way. There's definitely something coming, and Nintendo better announce it soon. The only things we have seen from Mario's 35th anniversary this year is merchandise collaborations with Levi's Jeans and Uniqlo for clothing, and LEGO as well as Hasbro Gaming for collectibles and toys. We should hear about this celebration game before mid-next month, as that's when the mainline Super Mario franchise will celebrate its 35th anniversary. Thursday gave us the announcement of the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special to air on Disney Plus this November. Honestly, nobody expected this one even. It may just be a promo for the collection game, which is due October 20th, I believe. Basically, it has a thing to do with a Christmas clone called Life Day. It pretty much pays homage to the original 1978 Abomination. I don't have Disney Plus. That same morning also gave us this new screenshot of Spider-Man Miles Morales from Entertainment Weekly, complete with the ray trace puddle. The article explains how Spider-Man and the Avengers have started a completely new phase for Marvel video games, and obviously not being connected to the MCU whatsoever in any way. New details about Miles Morales have also been revealed, as it is a completely separate story arc, being Miles' coming-of-age story to find his own Spider-Man. Peter will appear too, but only as his mentor in this case. Spider-Man 2 will eventually come, but you can't forget that Insomniac Games is also developing Ratchet & Clank Ripped Apart at the same time, as that game is currently in its pre-alpha state and may come out as early as next year. So Peter's next Spidey story might drop in a few years from now. And of course, that day is notable for Epic Games getting Fortnite delisted from Apple's App Store, thanks to it violating Apple's terms of service after giving a 20% price drop to the price purchasing the in-game currency of V-Bucks. Google eventually banned it from their Play Store as well, and several phone companies aren't even promoting the game with their products anymore. Epic has of course filed a lawsuit to both Apple and Google and sent it to them with a recreated parody of Apple's 1984 Macintosh commercial, which is actually pictured above in this still, dubbed as 1980 Fortnite, and it also has the hashtag of Free Fortnite. Personally, I am not a player of the game, but I definitely do know it's one of the most profitable in today's world, and if Epic loses this lawsuit, one of their biggest player bases for Fortnite will be gone forever. And to top things off, just this morning, the DMCA has officially shut down Kiss Anime and its sister website Kiss Manga permanently, as Japan is now officially cracking down on piracy. F. And with that said, looks like that's it for the rest of July and the first half of August. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, and if you're new, subscribe and ring the bell not to miss out on my future uploads. All of my social media pages are linked in the description and are also on the main channel page. I'm Greg the Video Game Nut, and I'll see you guys next time.